Hi, I'm Paris, and in exactly 6 weeks, seasonal allergies will strike me. I know this because every year it's the same. I have cedar fever and it starts right after Christmas. In the past, the only way I've found relief other than medications, which I don't care for the side effects of, was a nasal irrigator. It's a device, you put in some salty water, you put a tube up one side of the nose, and it would push water through and clean all the pollen out. And it really did help, but it was uncomfortable because you got pressure building up on one side of your face until it would go through and then come out the other. You had to do it over a sink because you had a fountain of stuff going through and pouring out. So it was uncomfortable and messy, and I would only use it when I was having a really bad day with the allergies. Well, this company, Navage, has sent me the very latest in nasal irrigation technology. They've made some improvements that make it much more comfortable, they say, and also you don't need to stand over a sink to do it. The key to this is instead of just having the tube up one nostril, it involves 2 tubes and both nostrils. Let me show you how this works.
EpicReviewGuys.
Thanks to the people at Navage for sending me out this full set to try out. Now the device is in the box here. This is the main thing, but I'll show you what else they sent me. A handy travel case if you have to go on a trip and you know you're going to have allergy problems, or after flying on the plane, this would help you. It's nice to have a carrying case. This is a caddy that I think you can keep your additional pieces in so they don't get lost on the sink. And the additional pieces. These are called salt pods, and basically this is the saline water that you're going to use or mix with other water, I would guess, because there's not enough in here to really do the job. You put one of these in. It's sort of like a Keurig for your nose. You put one of these in and you close the thing, and then the salt water in these pods will get mixed with the distilled water that you add to the device, and then that's what gets pumped through your nose. It's important to have a certain level of salinity in the water that you put through your nasal passages, or it really stings. The previous nasal irrigator that I had, they gave little powder packs, and you would put them in and you had to mix it till it all dissolved in the water. This one, it's a liquid in each pack, so it's all ready to go. I'm not sure if all these pieces are included in every set. You'll have to check that out. You can find this on their website or on Amazon. Goes for $90 to $100 depending on how many of these you order with it, because you will need these each time you use it. And I'll put a link to find out more about this right down below the video. Let's see what comes in the box. This is the heart of the kit. Things that fit different size nostrils, I'm guessing. A screwdriver. Let's hope that's involved in the assembly of the device. Batteries. And here, this looks to me a lot like a water pick. Pick your nose. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3. So here's your upper chamber where you'll put distilled water. I'm thinking this is where you put your little Keurig thing to add the saline to it. The motor and the pump must be here in the middle, and the results, as it says here in the box, let me read this to you, isolates and shows you the results in the lower tank. So clean water comes out here. Not so clean water goes in here. This is why you don't need to use it over a sink. To take apart the main device, to clean it out, especially the bottom tank, it's just a matter of twisting it and the pieces come off. Just put in 2 AA batteries. This is not dishwasher safe, so you do need to take it apart and hand wash the parts that need cleaning and rinse the parts that need rinsing. Now this can be used for things other than allergy. Also, if you have a cold and you get congested, both my daughters have used our previous device for that and found it really did help a lot. I've put on the medium-sized nasal pillows. That is what they call the little grippy things that are going to make contact with your nostrils. They give you a large size and a small size, and it goes on your face like this. Yeah, that feels like how they want it. You're going to get them wet because you want a tight seal around them, because one side will gently push the saline water out and up, and the other side, and this is what makes this unique, actually pulls. It actually has some gentle suction. So my experience with the nasal irrigator before was it had the one side and it pushed, and I found my natural reaction to having water go up my nose was to sort of clench and tighten down, and it was like I was fighting the machine, and only when I relaxed enough, then I could feel it go through somewhere back up in my sinuses, and then it would come out the other side. This is supposed to do all the work. You just have to relax, and the water will gently push up one nostril and will be pulled out the other. So I'm hoping it won't be me fighting the machine. It'll just do what it needs to do. It's only for one person to use. And of course, they don't provide you with any more medium nasal pillows, but so that you don't transmit some bacteria or something from one person to another. This is just a personal use product. It's not meant to be passed around. We also have a My Pure Mist, which is good for moistening up in the sinuses, but it doesn't do the deep cleaning like this sort of thing does. So I'm going to use our My Pure Mist refill distilled water. Pour it here up to the fill line. Uses about that much water, so I'm thinking 300, 500 milliliters? Oh no, about 250 milliliters. And I picked a flavorful caramel macchiato salt pod. No, I'm joking about that. There are no scents or flavors to this. And they do make a big deal about you need to use one of these each time. A new one. Okay. This came with it and I saw no explanation. I won't ask. Okay. I can see that waviness of the salt water in this now. They do say to swirl it around a little so that it's well mixed. You don't want to get a blast of the plain water, or you will get that burning sensation. They do say you can do this for the first time over the sink, just in case you, I guess, panic or whatever and pull it away, and I'm going to do it here. I did grab some tissues though, and I put a little water around my nostrils. Power button's on the side here. You can push it in halfway, and that starts the suction part of it. You push it in all the way, that starts the flow of the liquid out, and 10 to 30 seconds is the usual amount of time you do this. But I think you get about a minute's worth of flow, and then the liquid is all gone. So you could stop at 30 seconds, flip this around, and then reverse the direction, whatever you feel like doing. Here we go. Okay, now with this one you don't have to put your head down. You're supposed to be able to stand straight up, and they say ah while you're doing it, I think to block your throat so the liquid doesn't go down your throat and it goes through. Anyway, I'm just delayed turning this thing on. Alright. I'm going to do it halfway first, suction first. Oh my gosh, that, oh yeah, it's suctions definitely. All right. It's cold. It's sort of like being in a swimming pool. Underwater when you get the water up in your nose. Wow, it's going through water really fast. That must be going through me really fast. I think I'm done. Okay. There was more up my nose than I would have anticipated. Oh. All right then. So I didn't use warm water. That's why it felt just like a swimming pool, I think, because the cold water in the back of the sinuses is a little bit jarring. Since I had it in the bottle, I guess I could have poured this into a measuring cup, microwaved it, gotten it body temperature and put it in here. It would have been a little more soothing, but there wasn't a lot to clear out. I wasn't having a bad nasal day. There's stuff floating in the bottom tank now, however, just very clear and wispy though, not like you would see if you had any kind of cold going on and you would have significant discharge. But I kind of preferred if they made this opaque and you could like have a little window to slide if you wanted to see what was in there. Otherwise, you might not want to look. Alright, I had to go and dump out the bottom tank. I know it's silly to be squeamish about that, and I've changed thousands of diapers with my 2 kids, I'm sure, but none of those were transparent. So I guess as much as you can like an uncomfortable experience, I liked the way this worked. It had no hesitation once I pushed that button in. It was like you're on a first date with someone and you're not sure, should I kiss them? Should I not kiss them? But they have no doubts whatsoever and they just grab your head and pull your face right up to theirs. That's what this was like. So if you like your personal hygiene devices to have that take charge attitude, I think you'll love the Navage. I just wish they made it so family members could share it, because I'm sure this would be a great device for Roxanne and Jimena the next time they get a cold. Find out more about this or get yours before allergy season strikes with the link right down below this video. And thanks again to the people at Navage for sending this out for me to try. Thank you too for reminding me of some very memorable first dates. You can keep checking back for our future videos, or you can click that subscribe button down below. You'll get notified when our videos go up. See you on the next review.
What does the fox buy? Nobody knows, but before he goes shopping, he watches our video.